The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency of Rocky Point, New York.
Hey folks, Fred Golofaro here for this week's video fishing forecast, and kind of tough to predict what we're going to find after things settle down following this northeast blow. I can pretty much guarantee you get some good bottom fishing if you head over to Block Island. Montauk boats have been doing really well there with some big sea bass, porgies, quite a few cod, mixing in with the catches, and closer to home, closer to port, there's some real good blackfishing going on in Montauk. Up on the North Fork, Orient is still producing, boats running out of Orient, still producing a lot of nice blackfish, and still big sea bass up there as well. The Fire Island area remains a hotbed for striper action. School-sized fish are making up most of it, but there are some big fish mixed in, fish up to 45 pounds this past week. That amazing run of fish in Great South Bay, which, by the way, is where that 45-pounder was caught, was still intact prior to the blow. I grew up on the bay. I have never seen so many bass so deep in the bay, and especially this late in the season. If you plan on working those same north side areas, there's a fleet of boats off Bayshore Brightwaters last weekend. There was a fleet of boats off Blue Point. Don't be surprised if the fish have thinned out and the bait's thinned out, or disappeared altogether. This northeaster may have finally been the trigger that moved that bait out of the bay, and the fish, of course, are going to follow them. If that's the case, be prepared to change plans. Work towards the inlet, work the inlet. If conditions are okay, you may find the fish outside. But all these fish and all that bunker pouring out of the bay is going to be good news for surfcasters. They should find some really good action once that movement happens along beaches, especially to the west of Fire Island Inlet. There are some indications that we could be in for a good cod season this winter. Late summer and fall catches off Block and Cartwright have been especially good. And how about cod being caught inside Moriches Inlet? My buddy John Paduano was out Tuesday trying to catch some blackfish, anchored up tight to the jetty, the west jetty in Moriches Inlet, and he caught 2 cod on green crabs meant for blackfish. So anxious to check it out with some clams, he went back the next day. Horrible conditions, it was blowing, very tough to anchor and stay over the spot, but he and his buddy Bruno still managed 6 more cod. This is inside Moriches Inlet, so it kind of tells you, the cod population may not be as bad as a lot of people think. I know as a kid, we caught cod off the beaches. We've caught cod under the lighthouse at Montauk, but those are days when cod were really abundant, and obviously that hasn't been the case in recent years. Monster bluefish. A lot of crazy things going on. Used to be you rarely saw a 20-pound bluefish. Now I won't say they're common, but we had that big run last fall in NY Bight. This year there's 20-pound bluefish showing up in catches. And how about a 25 and a quarter pounder caught by Chris Voorhies, who was surfcasting at Atlantic Beach last Friday, got into a big blitz of huge bluefish. He and his buddies, they had a number of fish from 18 to the low 20s, 22 pounds. But Chris had the big one, 25 and a quarter, and it is a pending New York State record. The current record is 25 pounds. If blackfish are on your radar this weekend along the South Shore or in Long Island Sound, you should have no trouble collecting fillets for the dinner table. Big sea bass, porgies, and cod are a good bet for anyone targeting the offshore wrecks. That fishing, some really good catches being made out there. And the season's getting short. The weather's still mild, and our waters seem full of surprises. So get out there before the snow starts flying. Finish your season on a high note, and maybe even catch a fish that will put you in the Dreamboat standings board. Until next week, I'm Fred Golofaro for thefisherman.com.
receive the latest fishing reports, subscribe to the Fisherman's YouTube page. Click subscribe, then click the settings button and check Send Me Updates. You'll now receive notifications of the latest Fisherman YouTube videos and reports. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you've checked Send Me Updates in the settings so you receive the latest notifications.